Robert in the middle.
Robert Littell, Black Sports Online. Draymond, a couple of days ago, you said if you guys win the finals, that conversation that you had with KD in the car would make you a genius. So are you indeed a genius, and tell us why?
Genius. Because I felt like, the team that we had, we were great. Won a championship, lost in Game 7, 3-1 lead, right where you want to be. We were great, but we were able to keep our eyes open and know that there was someone and something that can make this whole thing complete. And I said I was a genius. I was lying. Like, we all wanted to do that. But, we felt like Kevin can come in and, help us and, like I said, make it all complete. And he showed that, finals MVP, 4-1, world champions. It doesn't get much better than that.
And, Klay, a quick question for you right here, Klay. 31-2 right here. 31-2 since you signed the toaster. So will the team be getting toasters, and will you invite that fan personally to the parade?
I'll invite the fan, but we were supposed to go 16-0 for everyone to get toasters. So
I got a toaster at home. I don't really want one.
Yeah,
I'm good.
Come on.
Thanks.
Good.
Monty on the right side.
Monty Poole, NBC Sports Bay Area over here. For both of you guys have been through this before, having won it a couple years ago, but this year you had some veterans come along that hadn't won, guys like David and JaVale. What was it like seeing them in this moment when you guys pulled this off in the first 15, 20 minutes after the clock hit zeros?
It was amazing. Obviously, like you said, those guys been in the league, most of them really 10-plus years. JaVale right there at 10, I think, or 9. And hadn't experienced that feeling. I was blessed to experience in year 3. He was blessed to experience in year 4. And, they've went Matt Barnes, 15 years, an entire career. For most, you're lucky to make it to year 15. Here he is winning a championship in year 15. It's an amazing thing. So to see them celebrate that was an even better feeling than just celebrating it yourself. And, that's why we're here, to make each other better and, to try to win championships. So it was a great thing to see those guys, experiencing this for the first time.
Up here in the front.
You guys both saw what Andre Iguodala did 2 years ago. Tonight, your closeout game, he plays 38 minutes, scores 20 points, and he had that dunk that just seemed to change the game. He looked like he was 23 on that play. Could you talk about that play, how it might have changed kind of the mindset of everybody and just his performance in general?
Andre lived for the big moment. Oh, you want to go ahead?
All right.
Well, that's what Dre's been doing all year. You've seen his bounce. It's unbelievable. I try to replicate what he does off the court, because to be 33 and jumping like that is unbelievable. And he's one of the best professionals I've ever been around. And, 2 years ago he went to the bench and it rewarded him. He was Finals MVP. And same thing this year. The guy's an Olympian, a champion, an all-star, and one of the most complete players I ever played with. And he just makes everyone around him better. And he does such a good job at taking care of the young guys. He's one of the best I've ever seen at doing that.
Yeah, Draymond, after that first one, in the second half, you found him on a couple lobs for dunks. It was just like he turned back the clock.
That's kind of what I'm always looking for, a guy in that dunker. The guy helps up and, throw the lob. I never have a doubt in my mind when putting it up there to Andre that he's going to go get it. And, he was right there, gave me an outlet, and, finished the plays. And both of them were at key times. They were making a little run, or we were making a run when I threw one in the first half, and then the second half, kind of going back and forth, and we're able to get that play. So, those are great for us.
Fourth row.
Yep. Mark Purdy from the Bay Area News Group, Mercury News. This is for both of you guys. I think it's fair to say many people expected you to win this championship, but on every journey there are unexpected things that happen. I think obviously the most unexpected was that your head coach had to step away for a while, but were there other unexpected things along the way for you in the journey that maybe now you can talk about now that it's all over?
Yeah, you take it.
Obviously Steve leaving out, was definitely unexpected. We thought we had went through that before and was never going through it again, and yet, he needed to step down. But the great thing that Steve does is he empowers everyone. And Mike Brown was able to step in, carry the torch. We were able to support him and try to play great for him as the head coach. And, he was amazing. You don't expect Kevin to go down for, 20 games, in the middle of the season. But we figured it out, and so that was great. You don't expect Coach Kerr to change the complete rotation in Game 5 of the NBA Finals. But, guys are ready, and you have to adjust to that. And so, there's a lot of things that go on throughout the course of the season that, you just have to make adjustments to. And I think, we've done a great job of doing that.
Klay, anything for you?
Well, Draymond covered it all pretty much. But, I mean, although people did expect us to win, people don't realize how hard it is to go out there and do it. I mean, you look at our record and they say, 16-1, it was easy, but it wasn't. I mean, this series could have really changed in Game 3 especially, but we had big-time players make big-time plays like Kevin. And then the Cavs blitzed us, obviously, in Game 4, I think it was. And, we didn't want to have to go back to Cleveland. And we responded really well tonight. And it was a beautiful year. We're going to enjoy it. We worked so hard for this. And like I said, although people expected it, it's a lot harder than you think.
Steve Bitker, KCBS. Draymond, second quarter, you guys were down 5 or 6, and Cleveland had led most of the game, and you went on this 22-2 run over 4.5 minutes. What happened?
I mean, we started getting stops. They had 37 points there in the first quarter. And it was kind of a replay of Game 1. I think they had 49 or something that first quarter. I mean, Game 1, Game 4. And we knew, if we're going to win this game, we have to come out and get stops. We did that, and that defense turns into offense. And so, once we locked in on the defensive end, we preached about it, talked, last couple of days. If we just come out and play defense, we're going to win. And yet, it's not that easy. They have great players, and, guys stepping up in the moment. You look at J.R. Smith, was 7 for 8 from 3. They had different guys stepping up, and so it made it a little tougher. But, we finally got to that point where we got stops, we pushed the tempo, and we scored.
Did both of those runs, KD had 11 points, and he had 39 for the game. I mean, you knew what you were getting when he signed, but were you in something of an awe over what he produced the entire season right down to the end?
Absolutely. I mean, he's incredible. Some of the things that he does at 7 feet is just unbelievable. And, he, like you said, he continued to do that from the beginning to the end. There he is, Finals MVP. We're world champs. It's an amazing thing.